ever tried to make a brand new creature for your fantasy world, but when you go to write it in a scene, something just doesn't feel right? As if it doesn't belong in your world, as if it's less than the sum of its parts. In this video, we're going to make a brand new fantasy creature from scratch with a free random tool that only requires an internet connection and your brain. And then I'm going to teach you how to integrate it flawlessly into your world, as if it's always been there. Whatever tools you use, it's all about letting your brain do what it does best, taking inspiration from different sources and combining these ideas into something new that will serve your story. When I'm looking for truly random and out there ideas, I head on over to Wikipedia and I hit random article, no matter what I'm creating. And no matter what Wikipedia serves me, there's usually something in there to be inspired by, even if the article is irrelevant to your creation. I like to hit random article 3 times in 3 different tabs. I will give myself a reroll if I have truly abysmal results. In this example, I rolled an airplane, an Arctic ridge, and a United States restaurant entrepreneur. Now, we are creating a creature, not a person, place, or thing, but notice how I've stripped away the specificity of the prompts. Airplane, ridge, entrepreneur. Breaking the Wikipedia prompts down into their core attributes allows my brain to associate more freely. So from there, I can ask myself the following question. 1. If any of these things were a creature, what kind of creature would it be? As well as, how can these prompts inspire my creature's behavior? Notice how I'm asking how and not do they? It's important to allow your brain to think that it's possible. From these prompts, I've decided that my creature is a bird. It is an unusually bold bird who is unafraid of humans, and it can withstand extremely cold temperatures. And in fact, it resides primarily in the coldest regions of my fantasy world. However, it primarily encounters humans when it migrates to the warmer climate of my world as part of its life cycle. Because of this, it is desired as an exotic pet. So as you can see, I took 3 very random things and I've put them together to make some kind of sense. I'm already making assumptions about its life cycle and how it interacts with the world, and how the world in turn interacts with it. Now that I've made some assumptions about what kind of creature it is, I can start to create and assign physical attributes that would serve the creature in the wild. For example, my bird is red and white. It has a hooked beak because I think that it's a scavenger when it lives in the colder climates. But when it's not scavenging, its favorite food is fish. I'm picturing them like puffins, except maybe with the plumage of a cardinal, or maybe something as bold as a peacock. So as you can see, my imagination is already taking over. Now that I have a base, I can fill in the gaps with research and other ideas. If nothing else, however you go about making your monsters, these prompts should inspire you to think about the stories behind the beast, how the world reacts to the creature, and how it in turn shapes the world. So how does it make sense for my creature to exist in this world? This is an important step because although it's fun to create random creatures, if you don't integrate them into your world, you'll find that there is a disconnect between the creature, the world, and your audience. You as the creator should be able to answer the question as to why this creature exists in this place, in this scene. And the best kind of answer is one that isn't necessarily related to the protagonist of the scene. After all, the creature is the protagonist of its own life. It's not just in the scene as set dressing for your protagonist. It's most likely there doing its own thing related to its own life cycle. So, for example, maybe it's in the scene because it is scavenging for food, or maybe it is migrating for the winter, Or maybe it's protecting something like treasure or its young. Maybe its nest is nearby. Thinking more deeply about your world and laying this groundwork for your creature's origins makes your world feel lived in. It breathes life into your creations and it makes it real. Here are some questions that you can use to better lay the groundwork for your creature and its integration into your world. Taking into consideration the creature's physical attributes, what biological purpose does the creature serve in its natural environment? Is it common prey? Is it a predator? Is it in a symbiotic relationship with another animal or plant in the region? What kind of climate does the creature exist in? If this creature were to be removed from its natural habitat, what ramifications would this have on the ecosystem? Does this creature migrate from one climate to another? What does home look like for this creature? Does it live in caves, nests in a tree, nests on the forest floor, or does it dig tunnels? Does it steal other creatures' homes? Does this creature have a natural enemy that it fears in particular? What is its favorite food? What relationships do the local communities have with this creature? Is the creature considered a pest? Has it ever been domesticated? Or has anyone ever tried? What kind of language, if any, does this creature have? What about its social life? Does it travel in packs? Or is it more of a solitary creature? How does it reproduce? Does it lay eggs, bear live young? Does it abandon its young immediately after birth, or do they rear them? Do they steal or replace other creatures' young? If this creature is a legend, what grains of truth or history exist in the mythology that make it real to the world's inhabitants? While this isn't an exhaustive list of questions, I hope it started to get you thinking more creatively about your world building. If you have an idea that seems a little too out there, go with it anyway. We don't have to look very far on planet Earth to find some strange and wonderful creatures. The more you, the storyteller, know about the world, the richer the experience your audience will have. In fact, I have a whole series about world building with random elements for my fantasy series Wingtorn, which you can check out here.
Hey, such good kitties. Do a good job in the video. We love you, kitties.